there are heaps of US bases in the Middle East that are within easy striking distance of Iranian missiles, and Iranian missiles have hit a US base. First, Iran, warned that they were going to do this so the base could be cleared of personnel. And I'm sure a lot of the American personnel, as they were being evacuated, would be asking, why is this happening? And I'm sure that the one guy on the base who can read books and probably even maps had to explain to the other guys, yeah, we're actually in the Middle East. Yeah, surprising these poor, servicemen and women, lest we forget, there's something like 2,500 US troops, or whatever you want to call them, in the Middle East, in various bases, which adds up to exactly, roughly 9/11 of Americans. Hilarious stuff from, how do I come up with this? We're already seeing, or I'm already seeing, Americans explaining that people need to be very sensitive when they're talking about these American soldiers in the Middle East, and using left-wing arguments about how soldiers are often people who come from poverty, come from a deprived situation, and getting into the military is the only way to reach any kind of financial, stability, which, who cares, dude? No one fucking cares. You sign up to kill people. That's what you've done. How you got there doesn't interrupt the fact that you signed up to murder people. So fuck off. On top of this, Americans have added the old lie that during the Vietnam War, US soldiers, here in Australia, we have the same lie. Soldiers came back from Vietnam and protesters spat on them. They started up their chest engines and fucking throated a lung goblin in their face and said, "Baby killers." It didn't happen. There is no recorded instance of this happening. And because because the US is always starting a new war, this is just a repeat. So the people repeating the lie that soldiers were spat on, and that if you point out that there are US bases and they are legitimate targets, what you are doing is saying these people deserve to die, and you too would spit on these soldiers if you had half a fucking chance. Now, no one spat on any soldiers. It's all purely in the imagination, but it doesn't matter that it's true. It doesn't matter what is true. All that matters at the end of the day, yet again, are the feelings of fucking Americans. I know where I was when 9/11 happened. I was a fucking dishwasher. And 9/11 happened, and then Americans the next day said, "Why do they hate us?" And I said, because I'm a fucking dishwasher, mate. Capitalism is ruining my life. Oh, you're not talking to me. You didn't ask me. Oh, okay.